Hello guys, Icicle Fish here. I am back bringing you a OU match. I've decided that OU is very fun, against popular opinion. And yeah, actually first, I want to say thanks to you guys for being awesome subs. Camera Eruption has been awesome. The Unknown Creeper has been cool, and every and each and single one of you who is watching this is cool. And you get a virtual love heart right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel the love? Anyway, team preview, homemade team preview. In fact. So I'm using Raid Hyper Offense because it's fucking fun. Scarf Keldeo for the powerful water stab and rain boosted. It's awesome. Life Orb, fun. Thundurus-T, Bantarakion to just demolish stuff. Specs Toad and my own custom Thundurus-T because I am a G and I use custom spreads. 88 speed, 2 outspeed, Jolly, Scarfed, base 108, like Terrakion, Keldeo, other stuff. When it has an agility up, and then max special attack, modest, life orb makes it hit powerfully, and then enough HP to hit a life orb number. So I take left, right, orb key, recoil, and the rest of turn into defense, and then Fortress is there for the spinning and the hazarding and all that good stuff. His team is awesome. He has that Moonbro core, which was so overhyped at the start. When Mungus's Regenerator Dream World ability got released, because it has good defensive synergy with Slowbro and the stats and the typing and everything, then he's got the Heatran, Thundurus-T core, which is really cool. You'll see that giving me some trouble, and then he's got a kind of standard defensive thing with the Genesect and the Terrakion going on in life. So I am going to leave with my Politoed and make a very, very, very aggressive prediction. First turn, I'm going to predict him to U-turn out into his Amoonguss, and I predict correctly, and I am rewarded for my effort with a freeze, which is very unfortunate on his part, and I felt really bad about that. Anyway, I'm going to switch in my Fortress. He switches in the Heatran, which is obviously a terrible matchup for me. I want to go straight out of there, go back into my Politoed, predicting a fire, smooth, stab thing, and it does nothing to me because I have the all-right special bulk, max HP, and rain. I make an over-prediction as he goes through the detect. I'm going to predict his Slowbro to switch in, but no, that doesn't happen. Then I'm going to switch in my Fortress as he goes toxic, and I'm like, bitch, that doesn't affect me, I predicted you, and then I'm going to predict him again once more to over-predict. I'm going to stay and get up my rocks in and go back into my Politoed. So I've been playing very offensively, very riskily in the first few turns. That's how I love to play, and it's paid off very effectively for me again. So I'm going to predict him to protect again, go into my Terrakion, and then make a slight misprediction. Finally, I'm going to go for the X's, predicting Slowbro to come in. But unfortunately, he brings in his Thundurus-T, and the way he brought that in suggests to me that he is the defensive pivot set, and further proven my theory is the fact that he uses rocks. So he's going to stay in, kind of gauge how much an Earthquake would do if I was especially defensive or a physically defensive Fortress. I am indeed physically defensive, so I'm able to take that like nothing. Go up 2 layers of spikes as he U-turns out into his Heatran, which is all good. I'm okay with this. I'm going to get up another layer of spikes and then switch straight out of there into my Politoed. Unfortunately, he's going to burn me. Get a little bit of a 10 hex there, not too much though, because Politoed is kind of almost dead anyway. And he's not too much of a big threat to this team. Anyway, I'm going to go into my Terrakion once more. I know he's going to protect. I'm just going to go for my most powerful, most accurate stab in the form of close combat. Not wanting to over-predict. And then I know he's probably going to bring in his Thundurus, but I thought he might predict something weird and not do that. But anyway, and I really wanted to get rid of that Heatran. But also, I wanted to get solid damage on this Thundurus because you will see that that is vital in the coming turns. I'm going to go back into my Fortress. He predicts that very, very, very nicely. Goes for the U-turn. So this has been a really intense match so far. It only gets more intense, let me tell you. So, here I'm going to predict him to over-predict, and he does do that. He goes to the Toxic, maybe predicting something else to come in. And I'm going to spin away with those rocks, because I don't like those rocks. And that's a very, very, very nice thing to happen in the world and in the universe. And then I'm going to go into my Tornadoes, and unfortunately, he's going to get burned. Which is going to matter, because I'm going to want to superpower this thing. I'm kind of thinking that I'm not a completely physical Tornado, so I'm the standard Life Orb set with the Hurricane and the U-turning and the Taunting. I'm going to U-turn, predict him to switch, but he doesn't switch, so I look like a penis right now. If I didn't already, which I probably did, but hey. He's going to Lava Plume, and I'm going to switch in my Terrakion, and luckily he didn't get the burn, but I know he's going to protect. I know I'm going to go for the close combat, and then I'm going to predict the switch into the Thundurus-T, go into my Keldeo, but he makes an excellent play, switches in his Slowbro, who completely walls me, and that was a nice play on his part. I'm going to have to switch out of there again, go straight into my Tornadus, and I'm not going to say I predicted the Thunderwave, because I didn't, although it would be cool to claim credit for that, but, I didn't predict that. He goes back into his Heatran because he kind of walls me, but he's taking rocks and spikes damage, which is a cool thing. Then I'm going to taunt him, which was a good play, very good play on my part. Just going to say that right now. Go back into my Terrakion. Luckily, he doesn't get the burn once more. I probably shouldn't have done this, but hey, it was risky. Now that he can't protect, I know he's probably just going to make a safe play, switch straight to his Landorus, but I do predict this. Go for the Stone Edge. Taunting him meant that he couldn't protect, so he couldn't scout that I was going to go for the Stone Edge, and he kind of gauges that, or maybe he stays in thinking I might miss, or thinking that I might switch out, or whatever, probably thinking that his Thundurus-T was kind of useless by this stage, but that's lovely because I am able to direct him from that range of power. Then I'm going to go into my Fortress and he goes out, goes back into his Heatran, and then I'm not going to over-predict this time, just going to switch straight out of there, predicting the Lava Plume, and I go into my Tornadus. This thing is kind of slightly useless because Amoonguss is kind of asleep, and that would be the only thing that I can hit for massive damage with Hurricanes. I mean, I can do a lot to Genesect and Terrakion, but not a huge amount, so I'm just going to go for the Superpower, get some really nice damage on the Heatran, which is essential, because Heatran is an annoying thing, as you've seen from this battle. Unfortunately, a combination of Lava Plume and Burn is going to be able to take me out. So I'm going to switch in my Thundurus, and I pause the video slightly quickly. I'm predicting him to go for the Protect, which I think is going to happen, because he wants more Lefty's recovery. He wants to scout what I'm going to do, and Agility Thundurus isn't used that a huge amount. He's shown me he's an excellent player though, but I'm going to take the risk, and it pays off for me because the agility is going to come here, and I didn't quite get enough damage on the Heatran as I would have liked. I didn't think a Thunder would okay, so I had to risk Focus Blast hitting. Luckily for me it does hit, and then his Amoonguss is going to come in. I'm surprised he took that Hidden Power Ice, but he does. If he wasn't frozen, he could have spored me, although he probably would have spored something else earlier in the game. It doesn't even matter, the freeze sucked either way. And then the more vigilant of you will be able to realise that this is going to be where the battle finishes, which is very unfortunate, because it was such a good game. Wow. Let me tell you, those first 30 turns were absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, this is a sad way for the battle to end, because it was so ridiculously close in the first few turns. First 30, indeed. But anyway, I'm Icicle Fish. It was a 4-0, that really doesn't reflect the score. Anyway, thank you so much, each and every one of you, for watching. You are amazing, and I just thank you for watching. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, sub to me, that would be absolutely wonderful. And yeah, this is Icicle Fish signing out. Peace, guys.